In the name of the light. The manager of suites is looking a little anxious. Ah, Mr. Shark, will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care if so. Though they say the star shower was harmless, one can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the warrior of darkness how to look after herself. Old habits, you understand. Ah, Lavenza, how very opportune. Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare? Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to thank you, you see, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tale set the record straight. Finally, the people see them as the great heroes they were. Or the great hero he is in the case of Ardbert. You too were surprised to see him, I think. At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effect his words had on those around me. And then the stars rained down from the sky and, well, you know the rest. When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude, and so here I am. Thank you, Lavenza, for giving voice to the truth and restoring the Warriors of Light to their rightful place in history. Should you, perhaps, wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I'd be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only say the word. What can you tell me about the Warriors of Light? Very well. Tell me what the situation is like in the city. I'm trying to think if he's already told us about the Warriors. I mean, if nothing else, we know about the Warriors of Light. Like, we know more about the Warriors of Light than I think anybody else does. So I'll ask about the situation in the city. The situation in the city? Do you mean the people's awakening as Warriors of Light? Or is that what that question was pertaining to, the new Warriors of Light? Well, while questions remain about the circumstances surrounding Ardbert's return, history tells us that what took place may not be entirely unprecedented. Ah, but to understand that requires an understanding of Warriors of Light in a broader, Vrantic context. If it please you, I should be glad to provide an overview. I flatter myself that it may grant you a better grasp of that which is occurring not only in the Crystarium, but the world at large. Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant texts. Pray join me at your earliest convenience. Okay, and then I think this goes back to learning about the original Warrior of Light. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. Do not let me keep you, miss. I bid you a pleasant day. Yeah, thinking about it, you've got to hope after the events, actually, of this patch, things calm down for an extended period on the first. Because you think about it, they've been dealing with the eternal light for 100 years. And then the light starts to go away. And, you know, people can start rejoicing. And then it all comes back. And then it goes away again. And then there's a star shower or whatever. I couldn't even imagine what the people think. To me, it almost feels exhausting. But the interesting thing about the star shower is that it is, or was, just an illusion. And, you know, like the dude at the pendants was saying, you know, well, I just want to be careful or whatever, you know. But it's like, I mean, maybe careful of just any random ass danger that's going to happen, which, you know, is not unwarranted. But as far as the star shower, I mean, you know that's got to be an illusion, because it's like, well, there's got to be some damage somewhere of all these showering stars, and there's clearly not, so... Ah, Lavenza, excellent timing. I have but this moment finished gathering the materials for our lesson. How convenient. I've mentioned that before, but I always notice that in games, movies, television. Everything always happens at the most convenient time. As a great many works make reference to the Warriors of Light, I shall, with your permission, focus only upon the details that seem most relevant. Oh, look at that. School's in session. The Warriors of Light, you say? Forgive us, but we couldn't help overhearing. We've been out keeping watch over the Crystarium, but it appears to be business as usual. So I thought I'd spend some time brushing up my knowledge of... my knowledge of familiars, and Alphino volunteered to help. Oh, okay, yeah, like, what did she name the Porksy? It's right on the tip of my tongue, but the Porksy, anyway. God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I actually came on a different errand, but I'd be interested in hearing about the Warriors of Light as well. May I join you? Of course, of course. The more the merrier. If you would care to find a table below, I shall be down with the books in a moment. Were one to pore over the annals of Rendic history, one would note the comparatively frequent recurrence of individuals hailed as warriors of light. Ardbert and his comrades require no introduction, but many others bore the epithet long before them. I was like, epitaph? No, that's not the word. To name but a few, there was Tolthawil, legendary first king of Lakeland, Rodfert and Solard, the fabled drawn and Gulgent duo of Vobert, And no list of Vrantic heroes could be complete without the Archmage Tiuna of Ronka. In older texts, she too was called a warrior of light. Okay. Well, I mean, it makes sense. She had the echo. It did surprise me how ready people were to forget the negative associations of the title. But it makes sense if it's been around for centuries. Verily, in ages past, it was simply a synonym for hero. In the wake of the flood, however, light came to be regarded with fear, the title used not to exalt, but to revile. A far cry from its beginnings. This, my friends, is Norvrand's oldest epic, the original tale of the struggle between good and evil. In a time when all lay shrouded in darkness, a prophesied hero rose to deliver the world from its doom. Fighting in the name of the light, the hero styled himself its foot soldier, and thus did he come to be known as the Warrior of Light. Curiously, in the centuries that followed, other heroes appeared who claimed the self-same epithet, despite sharing no discernible connection with their predecessors. And in time, Warrior of Light came to be a name accorded to all men and women of uncommon skill and valor. Well, well, the plot thickens. As you know, the title of Warrior of Light is also used in the source, though the manners in which individuals have earned it are many and varied. Heroes have been honored thus since antiquity. Nor does the custom show any sign of dying out, as you can well attest. I wonder, because I don't recall this going super deep into like the history of the Warriors of Light, particularly pertaining or like to the idea that there's presumably one on every shard. I mean, we know it's likely always been to combat the Ascians, but I don't know. I guess I'm just interested in hearing about more of that. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It surely can't be a coincidence. Indeed not. Let us imagine a man who has awakened to the echo and is able to hear Heidelin's voice. As she styles him, so too does he style himself, a warrior of light. Okay. There's certain, you just throw a combination of words in there and it's uncommon enough that it's like, okay, wait, where is this going? But you have to read the whole sentence before you're like, oh, okay. Of course, being blessed with the echo does not in itself make one a hero. And conversely, there will have been no few heroes who are not blessed with it. But such distinctions are immaterial to the masses, and over time, they came to use the title Warrior of Light and the word hero interchangeably. Sounds about right. It would be interesting to see if the theory holds true in the other worlds, if crossing the rift were that easy. Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying, it would be interesting to know. And even I was just thinking, we don't really know of any other... Well, the only other Warriors of Light we know of on the source were... And again, this depends on whether or not you played 1.0. The Warriors of Light that came before us if you're just a 2.0 player, or you as the original Warrior of Light, you know, before the Calamity. Heidelin did call me a Warrior of Light. What's in a name? It doesn't change anything. And there I was thinking I was special. Well, I mean, we are still special, but... I'll just go with the first one. She did? I've never heard her voice myself. But I can feel her presence, perhaps through Minfilia. At any rate, assuming all of this is true, and there's a common thread behind the epithet, I doubt the Asians will have been amused. Yeah. To have the world at large associate light, and by extension Heidelin, with good, must have added insult to injury. Yeah, that's true. Which I think can just add to their disdain for the Sundered. While this discussion is undeniably fascinating, I wonder, should I be privy to it? Mayhap it would be better if I excused myself. Oh, that's true, because I don't think they've really told anybody. Like, Lena knows, I think, now about the source and the other shards and stuff, but nobody else does. Although if anybody should, it should be Morin. I mean, he's the most learned and curious. I mean, I think everybody at this point should know the truth. You know, should know the actual history of the world or whatever, and the sundering and the shards and all of that. I mean, especially if there's now a whole bunch of Warriors of Light, you know. Oh, no need for that, my friend. Pray accept our apologies. Your lesson on the Warriors of Light has given us much to ponder. Oh. Did someone say Warriors of Light? What? Oh. Precious little Makoti girl. Riki Tio, are you alright? Ah, my precious tomes. Did I not say you must take care in the cabinet? You too, Arkell. Irwell. Or Irel, whatever. We're sorry, Master Morin. Aren't you? Is that the same kid from the end of 3.0? Or not 3.0, geez, 5.0. The Warrior of Darkness? My name's Riki Tio, and I want to help everyone. Please, tell me what I have to do to be a hero, to be a Warrior of Light. Well, I mean, just be of, what is it, uncommon skill and valor. You don't even need the blessing. Setting aside our misgivings, it would seem churlish to discourage the young lady. Let's hear what she has to say. No harm done. To the children, at least. Even children want to become warriors of light. The children's inquisitiveness is to be commended, but my precious tomes. We're sorry we knocked over the books. Do you remember me? Yeah, if you're the kid from the end of 5.0. When you returned from the sea with the Exarch, I asked you how you became so strong. Yep. So, I want to be a warrior of light, but not one that fights with a sword and all that. No, I want to be the kind that fights with potions and heals people. An apothecary. Okay, this is the girl. So is this when it... Was it 5.3 that had the whole quest line? I would have figured it was like 5.4. That, you know, set everybody on the wrong path, thinking that Chemist was going to be the next healer. And I'm going to help everyone in the Crystarium. No, in all of Norvrant. When I told Arkell and Errol this, they said that the cabinet should have lots of tomes about potions. But this place is so big, and we don't have the faintest idea where to begin searching. At this rate, I'm not going to get anywhere. If one knew where to look, one should indeed be able to find treatises on potions here. Even so, I fear they may prove a little difficult for one so young. But, Esteemed warrior of darkness, perhaps you might accompany young Rikitio to Spagarix? Rather than through tomes, I believe she stands to learn more by observing the chirurgeons at their work. Sounds like a plan. It seems we finished here, so we'll come with you. Last one to Spagarix is a rotten egg. I'll go, but only for a little while. I don't have time for this. Well, it's not even really... It's like you're into it, you're kinda into it, maybe, and then you're not into it. Typically, like a lot of times, it's... Or maybe I've been playing too much of another game, and it's dialogue options. You know, typically it's just a lot of the same thing. You know, 3 different ways of saying the same thing. But no, I've had dialogue options here that are like that. Anyway, I'm going to go with the first one. Huh. I'll have you know I'm really fast. You're going to be the rotten egg. I shall remain here and tidy up. I hope that today's lesson will be of some use to you. I mean, I think all it really does is familiarize ourselves with, you know, at least the look of, like, the original Warrior of Light or whatever, so we're not, you know, so when, Elidibus takes that form, it's not completely out of left field, but... It appears there aren't so many patients at the moment. I only pray that such peaceful days continue. After you've finished helping Riki, can you help us become Warriors of Light too? Chesamal's medicines work really well. I just wish they didn't taste so bad. A warrior who fights with potions. It's certainly innovative. I prefer a blade myself, but to each her own. See how her eyes shine, my friend? We have made her day. Assi and Machination or no, it wouldn't do to dash the dreams of one so young. The Exarch would feel the same, I believe. Right, I'm here. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, this was definitely, I think, you know, a pretty strong misdirection with Chemist. Well now, to what do I owe the pleasure of so many bright-eyed visitors? Is that the way of it, sweetie? You wish to learn about medicine? That's right, I want to become a warrior of light who uses potions to help people all over the world. Well, that is a very noble endeavor, and you aren't alone in it. No few at our infirmary yearn to venture forth as warriors of light. But ultimately, they have all decided not to pursue that dream. Huh? Why? Because the people here need them too, sweetie. The guards who place themselves in harm's way to keep us safe. The artisans who toil tirelessly that we might sustain our way of life. And younglings like you, who are the future of the Crystarium. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that with, after the star shower and all the people were like, you know, we're warriors of light, I want to go out and adventure and whatnot, that, you know, at least in the immediate future, you're probably doing more good for people by sticking around the Crystarium and, you know, either being a guard or, I mean, even being a crafter or whatever. But I can get that idea because it's not just wanting to help people, it's also the adventure in it as well. So, which typically adventure requires you to leave wherever you are. They couldn't simply abandon them, you see. And so, difficult though it was, they made the decision to remain. Then, does this mean my dream isn't any good? Oh, sweetie, yours is a wonderful dream, and it would be my pleasure to help you to pursue it. If we all work hard, the day will come when our chirurgeons may set forth to aid folk in every corner of the realm. As we strive towards that day, I hope that we can rely upon you as well. Though I must warn you, ours is not an easy path. No, you must work very, very hard. I'm not afraid of hard work. I'll become the best apothecary ever. Just you watch. See, now that would be cool, is an expansion or something later where you come back to the first. You know, and it's been another one of those times where time has passed quickly or something. You know, so for us, maybe a couple of months has passed, or, you know, however the hell they've justified, you know, the timeline of from A Realm Reborn to Shadowbringers being like a year. But, you know, some time passes for us, but much more time passes on the first. And we actually get to, like, meet her as an adult. Would be kind of cool. Hee, that's the spirit. Without further ado, then, may I entrust you with a task? I have placed an order at FFXIV for a potion ingredient, and I would like you to go and collect it. Oh, an ingredient? Leave it to me, miss. My, such an abundance of energy, though I can't help wonder if she'll be alright by herself. My apologies, but would you mind accompanying her? When you arrive at FFXIV, please speak with a woman named Gracine, and she will point you in the right direction. I shall join you. As the one who suggested this course to Riki Tio, I would assist in her first steps. And what about the two of you? Are you coming along too? Well, we do want to become warriors of light, Just not the same kind as Riki. More the traditional kind. So we'll wait for you here, Warrior of Darkness. When you return, please teach us how to fight. In that case, Reen and I shall keep them company and take the opportunity to ask about their aspirations. Thank you, sweetie. I feel better knowing that you're keeping an eye on Rikitio. Too many grown-ups would only diminish Rikitio's sense of accomplishment. We'll stay here and talk to her friends. We know you're busy, but we want to be just like you. We hope you'll teach us how. We won't move an ilm until you return. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I don't, Sweet Steve or whatever it's called. I didn't know if that was the area to the right and downstairs, by the cabinet, or... Because I don't remember what that's called, or the one up and to the left here. But I recalled it being here, so... Oh, and she's already out here. Oh, with Alphino. Are these small enough? Ah, there you are. As it turns out, the ingredient still wants for harvesting. So we are going about that now. If it isn't the Warrior of Darkness herself, may I assume you are with Master Alphino? Right. Lest you wonder, Tessamil's order is for grapes. As busy as we have been of late, however, I regret to say we didn't have the time to harvest them. So it was with apologies that I asked Master Alphino and his young companion to help themselves to the fruits on the vines. Perhaps you could lend them a hand? It's the undersized grapes you'll want to pick. They're too small for normal consumption, but suitable for making wine and medicine. Oh. I've harvested all the undersized grapes I could find here. How goes the picking effort? Oh, you're here too? We're picking little grapes. It's quite fun. Though too small for normal consumption, these grapes are suitable for making wine and medicine. Wow, you've picked this many already? Amazing. I dare say we have enough between us. Shall we take them back to Chesimile? I can't wait to see what she's going to do with them. Tell me, Riki, what made you want to become an apothecary and warrior of light? Why? Well, a while ago I fell sick, really sick. My body was burning up, and I felt so weak I couldn't even get out of bed. Then a traveling apothecary came and gave me a potion to drink. It was the foulest thing I'd ever tasted, but it made me get better. She was so brave, the apothecary, I mean. She went around taking care of people, even when it was dangerous, and I decided I wanted to help people just like her. So I started brewing potions out of grass and giving them to my friends. But I didn't really know what I was doing, or if there was anything else I could do. Then not long ago, a neighbor told me he was going to become a warrior of light and go traveling the world helping people. And I thought, that's the same as what I want to do. I see. Out of curiosity, what did your neighbor do in the end? Thaler? I haven't seen him for a bit, so he must already be out there looking for people to help. Again, another case where I'm sure at the time, like I didn't remember who Thaler was. All it takes is, 3.5, 4 months, and if they're not like a main scion, I'm not gonna remember them. Thaler, one of the guards awakened by the star shower. Thank you for sharing your tale with us, Rikitio. I myself took inspiration from one not unlike your traveling apothecary, and I hope her good example will spur you on to realize your dreams. But it will not be done in a day. Such lofty goals are reached through hard work and persistence, through countless little acts of heroism, like delivering the grapes to Chesimau. It would seem I have been laboring under a misapprehension. I had convinced myself that it was Elidibus who had sowed the desire to become warriors of light within the hearts of the people. But I see now that the impulse to aid their fellow man abided within them from the first. Elidibus did no more than give it a name. And as he so kindly proclaimed, we must return to our own world ere long. With the Exarch laboring tirelessly, I doubt not but that a way will be found. Yet I believe I speak for us all when I say I cannot leave in good conscience, not until we have dealt with Elidibus. This is no longer a strange and distant land, after all. Norvrent has become his home to us, and her people our own. Let us return to Spagaretz. It wouldn't do to keep your admirers waiting. Yeah, I want to say we deal with the two boys, like we, take them out, outside the entrance to the Crystarium in Lakeland. Do, like, fight a couple of things or something like that. And then I think, like, immediately after is when things start to pick up with Elidibus, I think. Rikitio was beaming with pride when she returned. It may only have been a simple task, but she won't soon forget this achievement. Huzzah, you're back. We're ready to start learning. Riki didn't make you drink one of her grass potions, did she? After chatting with Arkell and Iroel here, we came to an agreement. but I'll let them explain their request themselves. Riki Tio has delivered her grapes, as have I. Thanks for helping with the grapes, Warrior of Darkness. In return, I promise to brew you a potion one day. My thanks for your kind help, sweetie. We now have all the ingredients we require. From the grapes we shall make a vinegar, to which we will add elf grass and a few other herbs to produce an invigorating syrup. Though it's unspeakably sour, it does wonders for the constitution. As part of her studies, I may just have to give Riki Tio a little taste. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was a long one. I had a feeling 5.3 was a bit of a longer patch, and concerned whether or not I could get it all done at one time, in one stream. And it turns out I couldn't, not before getting really tired and starting to kind of lose focus and everything. So I decided to cut it off a bit early, which was right after defeating Elidibus. So I still have a little bit of 5.3 to finish up before moving on to 5.4. But I enjoyed it, not as much as I would have if I had a bit more energy, was a bit more awake, but it is what it is. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to come join me live for whatever post Final Fantasy XIV adventures I am on, the link to my Twitch is in the description down below. Thank you again for watching, and have a good one.